In this video, we're going to go over the common methods of hacking. So what are some of the most common methods that hackers are going to be using to take over information, to gain access to networks, right? What are the different techniques that they use and essentially how they work so that you can become aware as to what you're going to be, going up against essentially. So let's go right ahead and jump in here. Some of the common methods of hacking here we have as a virus or Trojan, and this is essentially a virus within something that you download or install. I don't know if you've ever gone to any type of website that, perhaps had some kind of ad on there or had, let's say like on yahoo.com, they have a lot of those different ads within the actual news section, and you click on them and a lot of them say like, hey, you've won $10,000 or you've won a prize or whatever that may be. A lot of times, if you click on those, they're actually, unfortunately, have some sort of malware or virus on there. And when you click it, you run the risk of actually clicking on there and then it takes you to another screen and it says, hey, your system has been infected. You need to download this software or you need to buy XYZ software or else your system will be compromised, whatever. It's essentially where you have a virus type of company out there that is telling you that you have been compromised and you need to pay this money to download this software to actually take off the virus. But in reality, all they're trying to do is take your money. And then phishing here, this is where websites are replicated to enter login information and password, right? This is where information is actually gained to be able to take away access to different websites, different login areas. And then the next one here is eavesdropping. This is where a lot of times, a lot of people think about the government and, what they supposedly are doing. I don't know, right? I don't have the actual information precisely, but a lot of people say or think that they are being watched by Big Brother, whatever that may be, right? But there's a lot of hackers out there that are actually, have the ability to monitor you without you knowing through video, audio, whatever that may be through your specific device. And then fake WAP. This is where you have fake Wi-Fi and essentially get you to sign up to a network and they get access to your data because it looks like you're signing on to a network, but in reality, it's a fake network there. Fake Wi-Fi, and once you sign up, they're getting access to your data. And then we have waterhole attacks, and so this is more on location specific. And then we have the denial of service. This is where we're flooding traffic to crash a specific site. Let's say that you have like a WordPress website, and for most WordPress websites, they have like the actual website.com, and then they have /WP and then dash or hyphen admin, right? WP hyphen admin. And anytime you go to that URL for that particular website that's hosted with WordPress, you're going to get to a login portal, right? A login page. And so what people can do is flood a bunch of traffic to crash your site so that you cannot get access to your website and actually log in. And then we have the keylogger here. This is malware that tracks your keypad. What they can do with this is essentially install it and be able to track what you're pressing on your actual phone or your computer, your device. And let's say if you're logging into a website, they can track what actual keypad numbers you're using, which letters, and so they can use that to gain privately secured information. And then social engineering, and this is the psychological manipulation of people into performing various acts or divulging confidential information. Now, a good example of this one here is just think about if you've received a text message from somebody saying, hey, free ticket to a vacation or whatever that may be, right? You get a random text out of nowhere saying you've won a prize, you've won something, and then in return, they ask you, hey, all you need to do is give us your name, email, and birth date or whatever, right? And then those individual hackers now have access to your information and they can use that to gain access to your phone, to your devices, right? And so this is used a lot of times where people are just they're not thinking that people are out there that are malicious and have malicious intent. Unfortunately, that's where a lot of people get taken advantage of, because they don't really think the worst, or they think that it's just somebody, reaching out to them that is actually letting them know that they've won something, right? So this is a big factor here. This is how a lot of people get taken advantage of. And one of the biggest problems we have with malicious intent and hackers with this here, the social engineering, taking advantage of people's natural inclination to be curious, right? And another simple example of this is if you're getting phone calls from like a government or a business, them acting like they're actually the government or a business when they're really not, right? Trying to get access to your information. And then bait and switch. This is where you have fake ads that take you to a page with the virus, just like I was mentioning earlier as well, where you have some sort of web page that you visit and it has an ad on there and it says you've won a trip to whatever, or you've won a gift card for $1,000 or whatever. And then you click on it and boom, you go to a page that has some sort of virus on there, unfortunately. And then you have cookie theft here. This is where hackers will take cookies off your computer to act like it's you. Now, one of the biggest examples of this is where a lot of people, a lot of hackers, I would say, that use this will typically do it in a malicious manner where they are taking over people's cookies because they're trying to get commission sales from a specific vendor. So for example, with Amazon has cookies if you sign up for them as an affiliate. Let's say you have some sort of blog out there, or somebody has a blog or a website where they promote Amazon products, right? And so somebody lands on the website there, they click on the Amazon product, they go to Amazon.com, they then get a cookie on their computer, right, with Amazon's cookie there for I think 30 days. And so what people will do as far as these hackers is they'll steal those cookies and they'll move them over to their own Amazon affiliate account. And so now the original individual, that customer to Amazon, is no longer getting their commission because their cookies have been stolen by these hackers. And so now the hackers are getting the commissions instead of the actual initial web page or website blog that actually brought the customer to Amazon. And so these are the most common methods of hacking. That's going to be here for this one, and we'll see you on the next one.